For this question here, you're going to want to do trial and error until you can kind of figure out what they're saying. Now, the one thing we know for sure is that the y-intercept is +1 for both of these linear inequalities. And for this first one that has a slope of a, we don't know if it's positive or negative, and this other one that has a slope of b, same thing. But for the first linear inequality, they're saying we're going to shade below the line, and this one we're going to shade above it. So when you start kind of doing trial and error, now technically they should be dashed lines, but it doesn't really make a difference for what we're trying to do. But let's say I try it out like this. And for the one that's less than, maybe I'm going like this. And for the one that's greater than, I'm going like this. And then the intersection I see would be over here. Well, that doesn't make sense because I want my solutions to only be in quadrant 1. So then we reset and try again. So what you'll find is if you keep at it and try to look at all the different scenarios, if you have two lines that are fairly similar, but one is slightly steeper than the other, and the one that's steeper, the one that's kind of higher up there, that one would have to be the one that's less than, so that the shading goes below it. So that means A is the one with the slope that's greater than B. Now if I look at this other line, the one that is a little bit below it, below the upper one, in that case, if I say greater than, well then the shading would be up here, and then you would find that the intersection is exactly what I want, just in that first quadrant. So we know that the slope of A and the slope of B are both going to be positive, which means that both of them are greater than 0. So it's looking like C, because that's the only one where both A and B are greater than 0. And more specifically, notice that for this inequality, we already said that A should have a greater slope than B, and this is saying that A is greater than B, and both of which are greater than 0. So both are positive. So the correct answer is C.